Something big has happened in the lesbian community. Something really big. So for those of you who know The Handmaid's Tale, there's a spin-off series called The Testaments on Hulu. This spin-off series follows the lives of Agnes and several other girls as they live in the world of Gilead as young teenage girls. The main characters are Agnes, played by Chase Infinity, Shunammite, played by Rowan Blanchard, Becca, played by Matea Conforti, and Daisies, played by Lucy Holiday. Every Wednesday evening, Angel and I get on Hulu and watch The Testaments, and we fangirl hard over it. Agnes, the main character, up to this point, we've only seen her lusting after men. We saw her lust after a guy who got his arm cut off, and we see her regularly lust after Garth, even though in the show they're calling it love. From my perspective, it's just lust because she doesn't know that man. So Becca is shown to have a crush on Agnes because they're best friends. It seems like an unrequited love that Becca has for Agnes, but on episode 10, the season finale of The Testaments, we see Becca and Agnes share a kiss right before Becca is to be married to Garth. I know, the drama of Becca marrying Garth, which is Agnes's crush. There was always a little bit of wonder in my brain, like, oh, could Agnes like Becca back? But I kind of didn't feel like it because they were just emphasizing so much her crush on Garth. So it was kind of unexpected. And in the scene, they started, at first their faces were just kind of close to each other, and they started to get closer and closer. And I was like, are they about to kiss? And then I was like, they better not queerbait me. And then in the end, they kissed. And it was so amazing. It looked like a very mutual kiss of like understanding and discovery. At least to me, that's how I interpreted it. And then I got online, and the people online ruined it for me, including the showmakers themselves. Because when I got online and read the interviews and read the Reddit posts, people were all like, oh no, for Agnes it was just a kiss of friendship. It wasn't a kiss of romanticness. It's just deep friendship between two women. And this begs the question, why is it always just deep friendship between two women when if two men had done the same scene, they would have called it gay? They would have been like, that is homosexual, that man is gay. If Agnes was a boy and Becca was a boy, they would have said that they liked each other. Not that it was a pity kiss, not that it was a platonic kiss. I'm just so sick and tired of this bias against lesbians, of not giving them real plot lines, not making their stories feel real, and just invalidating the lesbian reality that is some people just like women. In my mind and my heart, that was a romantic kiss shared between the two of them. And Agnes is possibly bisexual, and she possibly has love for both Garth and Becca. What is your opinion on this, though? Actually, I don't want to know your opinion unless it agrees with mine. So don't come in my comments and comment, oh, I don't think so because blah, blah. I don't want to hear it. I don't want to hear it. All I want to hear is an opinion that agrees or supports my opinion, because I need this. You know how hard it is to deal with comp het as a lesbian? Whenever TV shows do things like this to you, make you question. I know we shouldn't base our perspective of ourselves on society and off a TV show, but we can't help be influenced by what we watch and the stuff that we absorb every single day from other people. And having TV shows like this, where they completely undermine lesbian and sapphic love, is very damaging for lesbians in real life who are trying to understand what they feel for another woman. They can't always chalk it up to just being platonic, strong love, or something between romance and platonic, or something bigger than a romance. Like, what the fuck does that mean? At that point, that's a romance. Like, why, when it comes to women, does it have to be some other special thing that's not romantic? I think it's harmful for sapphics like me. I think it's harmful for other sapphics out there. It definitely makes me feel like lesbianism doesn't exist, that sapphic love isn't real, and I already have a hard time legitimizing it in my head because of all the other media I've seen where they don't want to legitimize it. And even just in real life, when people ask you, are you sure you like girls? Well, have you had the right dude? And stuff like that. Like, everyone just wants to delegitimize lesbians, and I'm sick and tired of it. Same way that heterosexual romantic love ebbs and flows and has different facets to it, so does homosexual love. It doesn't look the same for every person. It doesn't look the same in every moment. And I feel like these shows try to encourage you to not believe in your own sexuality, not trust yourself, and not go with your instincts, because it can just be chalked up to something platonic. And that's very invalidating for me as a lesbian, because when I think of, like, sometimes whenever I have low libido or I'm not feeling attracted to every woman I see, it makes me question, am I actually lesbian? I shouldn't be questioning that, because the fact that I can be attracted to women and I can't be attracted to men is what makes me a lesbian. And I swear, every TV show with a lesbian plotline either gets canceled, the main character dies, or they undermine and delegitimize the lesbianism. Tell me that hasn't happened. Let's get a couple examples. Killing Eve for one. What happened in the end? Whatchamacallit dies. I can't remember her name right now. Right at the end when they're finally able to be together. No one in these TV shows ever explicitly uses the word lesbian or specifically says, I like women. Like, for some reason, they always just shy away from saying those words or using that language. They just want to imply it and imply that their sexuality is fluid and that it's going and that, like, you're not sure why they like each other, but they just do. No, some women concretely like women. It's not a confusion. It's not this ambiguous feeling. It's a very clear emotion. It's a very clear state of mind. Shows that were canceled. Betty is a show about a bunch of lesbians and it got canceled after the second season. So is that vampire show? I can't remember the name, so I'll pop it up here. That got canceled. It was a lesbian show. And just think of any time you've seen two girls be hinted at liking each other in media. What came of it? What came of it? You tell me. Nothing comes of it. This is a problem. If people cannot see themselves in the media, they're not going to see themselves in real life either. And like, I'm just very passionate about this and it angers me because it affects me personally. Like, it gets in my head and messes with my psyche too. So I know it's messing with other people's psyche to always see lesbian relationships just swept under the rug, or something happens and it's never mentioned again. That is not healthy for the LGBTQ plus community. And I feel like gay men just get so much of the limelight. It's already easy to find gay men in real life because they're already socialized to act flamboyant and act feminine, and we can recognize those signs as someone possibly being gay. And then in TV shows, you have literally shows like Heated Rivalry, where on the first or second episode, they're already having gay sex. It's very clear that they like each other, very clear that they're gay. And I just feel like for some reason, since the early 2000s, TV shows and movies have come out that make it very clear when a character is a homosexual man, but will not make it clear when someone's a homosexual woman. Like, we exist. We are here. We're plentiful. We're just quieter. For some reason, we're not as social as the gay men. For some reason, we stay at home more than the gay men. The gay men are more out in the streets. They're more loud about it. They're more horny about it for some reason. Not that they're actually more horny, but it's like in the culture, it's socially acceptable to express that horniness more when you're a gay man versus a gay woman. It would be such an interesting and creative plot line to make Agnes bisexual and partially in love with Garth and Becca. That would be so interesting, refreshing, representation for the right people groups. But no, they want to go with the age-old, it's just a deep friendship. Like, we haven't seen it before. Her lusting over some boy. Like, we haven't seen it before. Like, it's just not special. It's not unique. Why do they think that people want to keep seeing the same shit over and over again? Do something new. Do something fresh. Write something meaningful. I'm just tired of it. I'm tired of it. And it's the year 2026. I just expect more, but I guess I'll have to wait until the future. Thank God for the little bit of representation we do get from like that one movie with Rowan Blanchard in it. That's like a high school age movie. We need adult media, adult fiction showing lesbianism. We literally worship women. We talk about how nurturing, caring, wonderful women are. Yet you think two women together wouldn't work? What happens when you take two caring, nurturing people and put them together? It's beautiful. It's not overly emotional. It's not too much. It's not unbalanced. That's all the heterosexual agenda, which I'm calling it an agenda. It's all the heterosexual agenda wants you to believe. That's all propaganda. For some reason, women are so great when they're singular or with a man, but the moment they're with another woman, everyone doesn't see the value in it. I see the value in it. Having two moms is probably wonderful. Think about all our moms have done for us. Our dads haven't done shit for most of us. Our moms are the beacon of everything. And so to have two moms, two adults who are putting their full-fledged heart into raising you, like, that's gonna be an amazing experience. Oh yeah, and this is what pisses me off. Even like the people who worked on the show, like the actors, are delegitimizing the kiss and saying, at the end of the day, we kind of came to the conclusion that this was a way of Agnes accepting Becca for who she is and Becca saying thank you. I think it was a symbol of their undying love for each other in a very platonic and friendship way, even though Becca can interpret it as she wants. It was such a beautiful moment, an intimate moment to film and be a part of. It was beautiful yet sad. The actor for Becca, that's what she says at the kiss. And I think the director says something similar where it's just supposed to be like an exploration of the deepness of their friendship. And I'm just like, what the fuck? Like, why would you even write that in? In what world would a straight girl kiss her friend who she doesn't know has a crush on her. Unless they're saying that Agnes did know and kissed Becca to make Becca happy. I don't know. I'm just annoyed. I got so annoyed when I read that. Like, they could have hugged, they could have held hands. Those are platonic markers of affection and deep love. Kissing is not. You don't kiss your best friends. Like, you just don't, unless you actually romantically like them. Once again, just imagine if this had been two boys. No one would have ever let that pass as not gay. But when it's girls, it doesn't matter. Everyone wants to just think about boys this, boys that, guys that, men this, men that. It's because of the patriarchy. The patriarchy literally wants women to constantly feel obligated to men and indebted to men. They never want us to just be on our own, do our own thing, live for ourselves. We have to always live for a man. It's just, I hate the subtle but very toxic ways it leaks into our brains and into our media. And this is one of them. Them making that kiss platonic is a way in which they've added to the toxicity of the patriarchy. It just pisses me off. But anyways, let me get back to work.